As we know that the motto of this show is to reach out to as many people as we can and share our stories. So I hope that by this conversation with her, I will be able to reach out to people and might as well inspire you a little if possible. So yeah, thank you.
Welcome back to Livecast. Today's episode isn't just about beauty, it's about passion and determination. And before we dive in, I want you to meet my guest in her own words.
Hi everyone, I'm Asmita Chakraborty. I'm an architect, and most of you would know me as Miss India Tourism 2023. And at the same time, I was the presenter of Miss Universe India this year, and I have been judging a lot of pageants. So for me, this experience is something where I can get candid with a lot of you. So yeah, let's get into something where you catch me unfiltered.
It's wonderful to have you here, Asmita. I want to begin by asking you about your journey through life.
Well, so I was born in Jalpaiguri in West Bengal. And after that, I spent quite some time of my childhood in the Middle East. So my childhood was very interesting, I say, because I did not have much friends who I could communicate with. There were very few Indians there in Yemen. And till I was 4 years old, I was in Yemen, and then I got back to Delhi and I went to Oman again. So Oman was pretty much very different for me because I got into extracurricular activities. Both my parents were like, since we are Bengalis who live abroad, so you need to know your culture, you need to participate in things which connect you to your country pretty much. So I got into a lot of extracurricular activities, and those were the primary moments when I, used to perform as an artist on the stage. I was very involved in Bharatnatyam, Indian vocal music, as well as fine arts. And I was also pretty decent in academics, I would say. And after that, in 2011, I got back to Delhi. And at first, I had a lot of issues adjusting with the culture of Delhi because I was a very simple child from the Middle East who did not know about the life in Delhi and what was coming ahead of me. But I think Delhi is the place which I can call home now after all these years because it accepted me pretty well and I did get accustomed to the culture. So, yeah, that's how my journey has been since childhood. Later on, I got into college and I got into modeling apart from being an architect. So, things took a lot of turn after I got into that. But so far, my journey has been really good since childhood because I've also traveled a lot and I think it increased my adaptability to a lot of things very well.
When was the moment you first decided to enter the beauty pageant?
When it comes to training for pageantry, I think I personally knew that I was a good speaker, but it's all about bringing the best version of myself. So when I got trained, it just wasn't my walk or the way I talk, but it was also a lot of mental preparation because I knew what was coming. I knew that there were a lot of rejections which were going to come. So I think more than the physical part and the strength training that I did, it was more of an emotional training and a mental training as well because you really need to be very, very strong if you are entering such an industry. So that's what I feel. So for me, I think pageantry was pretty unexpected. I went into Indira Gandhi Delhi Technical University for pursuing architecture, and I am an architect by profession and a fully licensed one as well. So I think that once I went into college, I was a part of my fashion society, and that was just out of interest because 5 years of architecture is really difficult to deal with, and you need to be a part of some additional societies in order to live your life in the college. So I was a part of the fashion society, and eventually I was, yeah, that's very interesting. But eventually, I was kicked out of my fashion society because they thought that I was not giving enough time and I wasn't dedicating my time to the society. And I was like, okay. And then after I was kicked out, a few months later, there was a contest called the Times Campus Princess, which was held by the Times of India organization. And a lot of my friends just motivated me that, why not go and give it a try? And that was when I participated in my very first pageantry, but I was rejected there as well. So then somehow I felt that this is something I really want to do. When I came back home and I told my mom and dad that I really have an interest in this and I think I need some sort of training to be able to perform because I was very academically inclined and this was not really my forte. And My parents, I think my dad specifically was very skeptical. He was like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" But my mother was super supportive and she was like, "All right, if you need some training, go ahead." And then I went to Pune for a month to get trained for it. And that I think somehow was life changing because the moment I got back in my second attempt, I made it directly as the campus princess. And later I was the finalist of Femina Miss India 2020 from West Bengal. And eventually, I participated in Glamour and Supermodel India. And over there, I got the title of Miss Tourism India. And of course, I represented India in China in 2023 at Miss Tourism World. So I think this entire journey started from that one basic rejection in my college. But eventually, this year, I was also the presenter of Miss Universe India. And I think this entire journey has been very, very emotional, and at the same time it made me who I am today. So I'm very grateful that I was rejected that one time.
Biggest unexpected challenge on your journey, and how did you deal with it?
There were many challenges because of course I have been into pageantry 6 years now, but the one that I can remember the most, which was like very very nerve wracking, was that when I went to China to represent India, before the day of the finale, my gowns, my final outfits were supposed to arrive from Vietnam, but unfortunately, it did not arrive. So I have the finale the next day. It's my final show, and my outfit, the final gown, did not arrive. And since I was alone in China at that point of time, I was coordinating with my organizers, my national director, my parents, and it was very, very stressful because I almost thought that I will not be able to perform on stage. But I always say this often that, everything has a plan. Like God has a plan for everything. So I did have a backup outfit, and my parents, my directors here, they were like, just focus, relax. And I think you can do this with this particular gown. And if it has to work, then it will with whatever you have. So just stop panicking and use your backup. And that was a moment when I realized that even in the worst of situations, things will turn out to be better. So the next day I did perform with whatever I have, and I think I did pretty well, and I also won the best in talent for India. So I think that was something I'll never forget as an experience.
Surrounded by the competitors, how do you stay confident and unshakable?
I think I have never taken competition in an unhealthy way. So, competition for me is always something which will bring out the best of me. And whether I win or lose, it'll be a process from which I learn a lot. So, I had been into pageants where I was rejected, but I knew that I was competing, but I would gain something out of that experience. So the moment you start comparing yourself with others during a journey, that is where it will be a failure for you because you're not gaining anything out of the process. If you have a very positive mindset towards the competition and you take that you are going to learn something out of it, then I think it will bring out the best of you. So that is how I see competition, and that helps me progress each and every day.
Who has been your biggest cheerleader through it all?
Well, this has to be my parents because without them, nothing would have been possible, especially my mother. Because not once did she say that, all right, if you are academically sound, you only focus on that. She was like, it's your life and you need to decide what you want to do. If you think that this is something where your heart lies, then definitely give it a shot. And since nobody from my family or people that I know were a part of pageants as such, so there were also many questions as in how would people look at, participating in pageants or doing modeling side by side. So how would the society look at it? Because I come from a very academically inclined family. Both my parents are very, very interested in academics, and at the same time, they want us to focus on it as well. But I think that the fact that they let me pursue my dreams, I think they have to be my biggest cheerleader through and through. Yes.
How has this experience shaped you as a person?
Well, I think, as I said, first thing which this experience taught me was the art of balancing. I was in college when I started my journey, and I got pretty good grades as well in college. So, this entire balance of pursuing my education and at the same time doing something that I love. So this taught me the art of balancing, that no matter how hard the situation gets, you will be and you can balance things if you really want to. And at the same time, I think it has shaped me into a very confident person. So there was a time till when I was always behind my mother and I was always under her shadows. Like I would not speak up, I would not talk to people, I would not interact. And today I feel really happy when people know her because she's my mother. So I think that really brings a lot of pride in me because I love that how this entire journey has shaped me into a very confident person. And there are a lot of other things like, working under pressure when there is excessive pressure and you really don't know what you want to do. Those are the situations when I realized that if I could like participate in Miss Tourism World under such difficult situations, then I think I can get over this situation as well. So I've learned how to work under stress and pressure. I have become very confident. And of course, I've learned balancing. So yes.
With so much attention on you, how do you keep your feet firmly on the ground?
So I think this has a lot to do with my upbringing and the way I was brought up. I feel that since childhood, my parents focused a lot on being grounded and staying connected with my roots. So that makes me realize that I know where I come from. And because of that, no matter how much attention I have on me, I know what my roots are, and I feel that I should be very grounded because I'm really, really grateful for the entire journey from where I started until where I have reached. And at the same time, I also feel that the more you let negativity or attention or any sort of external factors affect you, the more you become very, very finicky about things. So I think it's the best to just do what you do and let everything else be. So that is how I feel that I can perform even if there is a lot of attention. I just feel that I am very grounded, and that's because I know where my roots belong.
How do you keep a healthy balance when it comes to food and fitness?
So I think that I am someone who is a very foodie person. So I love eating food, and no matter what, I really enjoy eating because I feel it's one life and you have to eat and you have to make the most out of it. So there is nothing on earth that I don't want to eat. But at the same time, of course, pageants demand an extensive routine. Even modeling, it does require you to be in certain amount of shape. So I think what's better is that you work out daily and at the same time you eat everything on earth, because no matter, you cannot stop eating things and be fit mentally as well. So mental health is also very important. There should be a balance between your workout routine and what you eat. Of course, you might have some restrictions in terms of a little less sweet or stuff like that and eating healthy. But definitely, if you are working out regularly, I feel that eating is not an issue. So that's how I did my entire pageant journey. I kept a very healthy balance between the two. But of course, I never could stop eating.
Was there a behind the scene moment that made you think, I will never forget this?
I feel that there are many behind the scenes moments which take place when you are a stage person. But I think every time I get on the stage will hold a special place in my heart, because it's always that people only see what's happening on screen. One thing which I remember very vividly is this year's Miss Universe India competition, where I was there as a host. And I think this was my first experience as a presenter for a major event. And there were a lot of issues which were happening backstage. There were girls who were under a lot of pressure. There was the organization asking you to speak certain things. A lot of show flow was getting changed. And that was the moment when me and my co-host, we were like keeping very, very calm, because we were like, everybody is going to watch us the moment we get on stage. So we cannot reflect the anxiety on our face. We have to be very, very calm and make it look like everything is going perfectly well. So this is also something which I have developed over the years, that no matter how much stress and anxiety we are under backstage, but that's not something that we reflect on our faces while we are on the stage. So this is one thing that I'll never forget. And at the same time, it's something that I take a lot from in terms of my life. So it's a lesson that I'll always remember.
Since you are a crown holder beauty queen, I'm curious to know, what does true beauty mean to you? What's your thoughts on it?
Well, this question pretty much sounds like a proper pageant question that a lot of girls are asked during their pageants. And the jury always asks this question. But I think that true beauty has to do with authenticity. Because in today's time, where there is social media and there are so many online platforms, you cannot really understand how a person looks physically. And at the same time, when you meet people, many times they're trying to portray something out of themselves which they're not. So it has a lot to do with a lot of fakeness. So I think no matter how you are, true beauty lies in your authenticity. You have to showcase who you really are. You have to showcase your exact nature, like the things that you do for others, the compassion in your heart. That is what true beauty actually is. You cannot impersonate someone or try to be someone else. That will not show who your actual personality is like. So I think true beauty has the most to do with authenticity.
What's your advice to someone watching who dreams of stepping on a pageant stage one day?
Well, I think in today's time, a lot of young girls have role models and they all dream of getting on the stage someday. I think the first thing that I would want to tell them is that the road is not easy, because with every passing year and the generation, the competition is getting even tougher. So you will have to face a lot of rejections. There might be days when you feel that we're not enough and we should have done something more. But it is at those points of time when you have to think that you can do it. You have to have gratitude for everything that you do. And I think this is what will keep your dreams alive, because there will be moments when you're really, really put off and you feel like, okay, let's just leave this completely. But I just want to say that if there's a dream, it will get fulfilled one day. So just keep working hard, work on yourselves, and don't give up on your dream very easily, no matter what the society says.
Beyond the crown, how do you want to be remembered?
Well, I think beyond my crown, I want to be remembered as someone who did something good for the society. So I'm an architect as well. And I always have wanted to, club both my advocacy as well as my profession and do something for the society. So I still have a lot of time in hand. So I just want that people remember me as someone who has been generous and compassionate throughout and had some sort of goodwill in heart for people. So I think that is how I want to be remembered, apart from my crown and the title.
What values or philosophies are especially dear to your heart?
Well, I think some values that I hold very close to me will be authenticity. So I'm not a person who can fake it. If I am feeling that I don't want to do certain thing or I am not really enjoying being a part of it, then I straight up can say that I'm not interested in this. So I'm very upfront, and this is a value which is very close to my heart, because even if you're trying to be a part of something that you don't like, it will not help anybody and the entire show will get spoiled. And apart from that, I think integrity, compassion, and of course, being rooted and being grounded and staying close to my roots. These are some values which I hold very close to me. And another thing which is very important for me is to not soak in the negativity. So even if I hear people criticizing, of course, if it's positive criticism, then I take a look at it and I try to improve myself. But if it's just hate and negativity, I don't really put my mind into it, because I know what I am capable of. So people can just talk and I'll do what I'm good at.
If you could share one valuable message with the world, what would it be?
Well, I think one valuable message, again, from my perspective, would be that the world does not want perfection, but it does want authenticity. So you have to be true to what you want, true to yourselves, and just stop wanting to be that ideal, perfect person and just bring the best version of yourself. That is all.
And now it's time for rapid fire round. Tea or coffee?
Tea, 100%.
Favorite beauty tip you swear by?
Well, favorite beauty tip would be stay hydrated and sunscreen. Lot of it.
One item you never leave home without?
Oh, it has to be my gloss. It's my gloss, 100%.
If you could teleport anywhere in the world right now, where would you go?
I think I'm a beach person, so anywhere from Goa to Greece, I just want to be teleported to beaches. That's it.
One word you would use to describe you.
Resilient.
Heels, flats, or sneakers.
I mean, heels for the stage, sneakers for the road, but I am more of a chappal person. So it's flats, and I just love to be in flats. Yes.
Your go to comfort food after a long day.
That has to be homemade chicken curry and rice.
One fun fact about you that would surprise everyone watching.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people know it, but I'm very good at mimicking people's accents and style and how they speak. So that's a fun fact. I can do that after talking to them for a few minutes.
Who inspires your styles? Any icon or role models?
Well, I wouldn't name a person, but I will have to name an app. So I think Pinterest is something which I follow very well and it decides a lot of my styling. So, yes, Pinterest.
Most unexpected or unique compliment you have ever got?
I think most unexpected compliment is that a lot of people who are otherwise very critical have come and told me that it's very easy to get along with me. And while I was leaving my office recently, like everybody, even the last person I would expect to, was very, very emotional that I was leaving. So I think I am easy to get along with.
If you had to wear only one color for a year, which color would it be?
Has to be black. Like it has to be black because it can go with anything and everything. So if one color for a year, then black.
One mantra, quote, or personal motto that keeps you going.
I think it'll be that work hard in silence and let your success speak for it. So, yeah,
Success in one word.
fulfillment.
Thank you so much for joining us on Livecast and for sharing your incredible story.
Thank you so much for having me. It was a wonderful experience, and I hope that certain things that I said could resonate with some of you. I will be more than happy. And yeah, keep watching this space for more content.
From runway to real life, her journey reminds us that dreams can be realized through determination, persistence, and resilience. If her life inspired you today, drop your favorite takeaway in the comment below. Share it with someone who needs a bit motivation, and don't forget to subscribe for more powerful conversation. Until next time, keep shining, keep believing, and keep writing your own success stories.